Disney is going woke and going broke once again. The film production juggernaut refused to learn from the mistakes of Bud Light and Nike, pushing ahead with their hyper-woke remake of the Disney classic Snow White.
Middle Eastern countries are listening to Zegler as they are banning the Snow White movie. The nation of Lebanon has banned. Remember, Rachel Zegler does not need your business.
Rachel Zegler is in full-blown meltdown mode. And honestly, who can blame her? Over 1,300 venues. Yes, you heard that right. 1,300 movie theaters across the US and other parts of the world said, no thanks, and pulled the plug on screening Disney's new Snow White remake.
Nobody is buying tickets to see Snow White. We have a popular movie theater in Southern California where a total of 4 tickets have been sold ahead of the March 20th release.
Now let's hit rewind for a second and talk about how this whole thing started spiraling out of control. Disney has had its fair share of remakes that actually worked. Remember the Lion King remake, Beauty and the Beast? Those pulled in major cash and had fans excited.
We're going to begin with the newly crowned king of the box office. Yep, the Lion King roaring into the record books this weekend with a massive $185 million debut.
So Disney thought, why not give Snow White a little makeover too? And oh boy, what followed was not a fairy tale. It was a straight-up box office nightmare.
Disney's live-action remake of Snow White is officially one of the biggest flops in Hollywood history.
This movie didn't just flop. It crashed so hard you'd find buried treasure before you'd find someone saying something nice about it on the internet. On IMDb, it has a rating of 1.5 out of 10.
The lowest rated film on IMDb is Snow White that has a 1.5 out of 10 on the IMDb scoreboard. That's
not just bad. That's legendary bad. And it gets worse. Disney poured a fortune into this thing. We're talking $250 million. That's private island money. And what did they get back? Around $90 million globally. That's not a return. That's a slap in the face.
This is a movie that cost something like $250 million to make. And globally, it made like $90 million. So internationally, domestically, running about equal.
So what went wrong? Why did over 1,000 theaters throw this movie out like expired milk? Well, by mid-April, the movie had already nosedived. It dropped a wild 66% at the box office in just 1 week. That's like your phone battery going from 100% to dead in 5 minutes.
The entire IMAX cinema had just 5 audience members. And that is despite Disney going all out in the promotion of the film here in China.
And the internet? Oh, the internet had a field day. From the moment Rachel Zegler started promoting the film, it was one cringeworthy moment after the other. Remember when she said the original prince was a stalker? Yeah, that didn't go down well.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
That one comment alone lit social media on fire. People were already side-eyeing the remake. And then boom, cancel culture kicked in, fans got mad, and it just kept getting worse. To make things even messier, right when Snow White was barely holding on, Minecraft and Captain America dropped like bombs in theaters. And let me tell you, nobody, and I mean nobody, was about to watch Rachel call Prince Charming a stalker when they could watch Captain Freakin' America save the world or dive into a Minecraft adventure.
Wait for it. You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken? I did, and you're about to find out. Uh-oh!
Theaters were packed to the ceiling for those movies. Some folks were even bringing live chickens to celebrate the Minecraft movie. Yes, chickens. Meanwhile, Snow White was playing to empty seats. So what did theaters do? They cut their losses and cleared out the schedule. Out went Snow White, and in came the blockbusters. Some venues even physically pulled down the promotional posters. Like they didn't just stop showing the movie, they acted like it never existed. Now, Rachel is losing her celebrity vibes, and she is acting in ways that don't tell well of her. She was sighted jumping on a train to New York for vacation or a movie audition.
Hey, Rach.
Yes?
Those shoes.
Dogs out at LAX.
But now she's out here blaming haters and saying they mocked her. Girl, you know you're the cause of your own pain. People will always talk. Haters will hate. That's not new. But if your stuff is actually good, their hate would be useless. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening here. Here's the juicy part. Someone went to a theater to watch the Snow White remake and, no joke, realized she was the only person in the entire theater. Like, lights off, no popcorn line, no whispers, no coughs. Just her and a whole lot of empty chairs. That's when you know a movie is officially ghosted by the public.
Down from there! Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
But what did Rachel do? You would think she'd feel a little embarrassed, right? Wrong. She actually went to a theater herself to see her own movie, realized no one else was there, and instead of keeping it low-key or reflecting on why that might be happening, she filmed a TikTok, smiling, laughing, dancing in an empty theater like it's all cute and quirky. Girl, this isn't a flex. This is cinematic humiliation. And let's not act like this all came out of nowhere. No, ma'am. She sparked this. First, she straight up told the audience that if they didn't vote for her preferred candidate in the US election, she didn't want their support.
Vote for Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on, go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
Can you imagine telling people, don't watch my movie if you're not voting the way I want? Like, that's not bold. That's box office suicide. So, what happened next? You guessed it. Her followers dipped, her supporters ghosted her, and a lot of people who would have gone to see the movie decided, you know what? Nah, we good. And while all this was going down, instead of focusing on promoting the movie, like doing press, hyping it up, giving interviews, what did she do? She hopped online and shouted, "Fuck Elon Musk and Donald Trump," out of nowhere.
She attacked Twitter and Elon and finished with, "Fuck Donald Trump."
Ma'am, what does that have to do with Snow White? We came here for fairy tales and glass coffins, not Twitter wars and political clapbacks. Her whole political drama just added fuel to the fire. Because now, people aren't even hating the movie for being woke anymore. They're just done with the whole energy surrounding it. The sarcasm, the shade, the arrogance. Even folks who don't care about politics are like, yeah, I'll pass. And now look, because of this woke Snow White flop, Disney is reportedly pausing production on the new Tangled remake. Yep, Rapunzel and her frying pan are going back into storage.
Disney is pushing pause on its live-action Tangled remake. The decision comes as the company rethinks its strategy following backlash and box office struggles with Snow White.
Disney sat down, probably looked at their bank statements and online backlash, and basically said, yeah, let's not. And the Tangled remake has a way bigger budget than Snow White did, like big enough to hurt if it flops. So instead of risking it, Disney just put the whole thing on ice. No tower, no magic hair, no Pascal, nothing. Just silence.
But it seems like the studio is questioning their live-action strategy, because last week we learned that Disney has pumped the brakes on its live-action remake of Tangled. And that's a pretty big deal because Tangled was in active development. Greatest Showman filmmaker Michael Gracie was going to direct, with a script from Jennifer Caton Robinson. But now the project is on pause, and it's unclear if that pause is temporary or permanent. I don't think this means Disney is done making live-action remakes completely, but seeing one disappear from the slate should delight the people who want more originality from Hollywood.
And you know what's even more wild? This flop might have scared Disney off all live-action remakes for a while, because now they're bleeding money and catching heat from both sides. Critics, fans, casual watchers, everyone. All because someone couldn't stop running her mouth and turning a fairy tale into a political campaign.
They said we probably need to go back to the writer's room before we release another live action again. Because if they get it wrong after this Snow White thing, I don't know how Disney recovers from it. And they've really lost that classic magic that they had as a studio quite some time ago. And it's been gone for a while.
At this point, Disney is tanking harder than a reality star trying to sing. Their movies are bombing, audiences are fed up, and the internet is on their neck. And all eyes are on them like, what now? What's the plan, Disney? Are y'all gonna recast, go back to cartoons, or just take a long nap and let Pixar handle the heat? Anyway, what do you think Disney should do next? Drop your suggestions in the comments because honestly, they might need them. And don't forget, hit that like button, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next Hollywood disaster. We'll be here watching the mess.